Let's discuss the concept of our world exchanges. First, we have the NYSE, created after Britain privatized the concept of stock market exchanges. This is a Jewish exchange made available to Jews and Gentiles anti-Semitic in the Hebrew linguistic, highly paid for managing a Downs account. Somebody meant to fail their pension because they have been removed from social grace by class and region. That is the retirement pension for the children. Their child attended a middle school program inappropriate for the economy as determined by the broker out of the college's system of region, more than one province. Or in Texas's case, too, merged with Mexico City in the north and Oklahoma in the south. The IPO, the initial public offering, is designed to fail a Chapter 11 bankruptcy with those working for the company turned over to federal government, therefore becoming police specialists in a type of trade upon banking gambling renounced, specializing in a particular federal or municipal, not state police or province or region, or especially not hamlet or town, police bureau. Never the city hall accountant, the Gentile stockbroker that took up police work. The Dow-Jones is to determine the outlook of the economy. These are all the high stocks that were placed on the IPO by the Gentile stockbroker, rendered, of course, anti-Semitic by being common labor, outside of brokerage, a rabbi's term. When the Dow Jones is down, your forecast is for a poor rate of import, versus up, your imports are level. Your trade deficit won't alter out of pre-existing condition. The NASDAQ is the high technical stocks, chips, your potential losers and failures. If up at time of Dow Jones up, a military mobilization. If down at time of Dow Jones up, a positive forecast with neutrality, otherwise a recession. The Polymercantile exchange is the Native American exchange, or Latino or Afro-Carib, out of Chicago. These are pairs of bonded goods of nation-state overseas practiced in America as generalized infrastructure, subsidy, beneath an essential good, the infrastructure reliant. These ones feature an investor attempting to invest upon an industry versus the investor's need of community, the constituency of local or overseas wealth. If investors of production series running per conglomerate fail to produce the product, and they have been marked in Rolodex, otherwise broker loses license, they become a cop, a narcotics dealer, then the returned percentage guaranteed by firm, authorized by federal commodities firm out of the United States Marine Corps Civilian, will return the percentage free of charge, based upon federal funding thereof. The HKX that we sang out of China is the circuit breaker. If labor of stock of worker labor, intentional redundancy of central intelligence, campus confidential terminology of grammar tradescraft, The circuit breaker fires a particular stock has gone too high upwards, with another stock going downwards. To calculate a 2/3 with this, we found the stock going downwards being a necessary migration into the upward stock. If refused via migrant, then a depression happens. That's the labor market. The volatility index is British Scottish Manx. The flat top, the famous Dick Tracy character. A Royal Buckingham. If the volatility index is stable, there is no new investment outside of film. If the volatility index is unstable, film must be cut off because the electoral cycle has grown irregular. The homosexual logic of politics and rigged election, however, with Manx, always a heterosexual deduction. The military armament. The Hindu caste system. The circus assassins out of Taishet Nawan, what you call Tibet. These are individuals upon professional labor having grown criminal, shipped to India to learn martial arts and circus arts, then returning via family line to your country. If falsely invoked, then testicles removed. This individual was not a particular criminal and received a improperly classed flight from a con artist. Otherwise, they were received by a Hindu broker. And if the con artist has offered outside of European, African, or Asian lines, his testicles are removed. If refused, then a shutdown of his unit and family line. If fought, then an expulsion of the Hindu caste system, the end to the circus, the smugglers' brigade. Finally, we have upon ourselves the mightiest form, and the greatest, of course, that being Comanche Island, Nantucket. Nantucket Comanche Island is someone who's performed an atrocity via great service to the British people, often miscast or misled, however, having betrayed a man so violently evil that they killed him. That is the New England investment of the 6 states, run out of Quebec into New York, out of Newfoundland and Svalbard shipping. That is a liveries contest of retained culture, a postard, an amusement park present in New England, therefore an institution overseas or within country, especially something out of an animation firm that's straight into New England for writers' research, a potential herring's mockery, an invention of a particular livestock to counter an invasive species, not the literal, of course, but rather the invasive species to America, the United States, harboring a war criminal, an anti-racist, the Wehrmacht, the German infantry during World War II, the homophobe, the homoerotic Hindu, or the violent theft, the warning upon cops out of Israel. Always the policy since the 1600s and early Puritan colonization of Nantucket. That means if you are a racist, a homophobe, or you're violent, you are in. Present category always placed upon foe through Beacon Hill, the Cop International Union, the Haganah.